Hello. How much is inheritance tax in Spain? I'm Michael Davies. I'm a Spanish lawyer, inheritance lawyer specialized in estate planning and probate for expats that we handle all over Spain. Okay, this is actually a big question with doesn't have a straightforward answer. Often on the initial consultations, we have people say, I've been reading on the websites and I keep seeing contradictory information about how much inheritance tax is. Okay, lawyers in Spain haven't all gone crazy. They're each writing from their own region of Spain. And they're, of course, explaining the inheritance tax according to that region. This is because in Spain, we have 17 regions, and each has its own level of inheritance tax. This is something that people really should know even before they purchase a property, even though it's not normally the case. Inheritance tax is very, very different from one region to another. We have regions of Spain like Andalusia that has a really, really good deal now for Group 1 and Group 2 beneficiaries. That's spouse and descendants. And you have other regions of Spain where inheritance tax is still expensive, very expensive for spouse and children. So what I can recommend, what I have to recommend with this really is the first also is how do you determine which region's laws apply to your inheritance tax? Okay, well, the deal at the moment, and there's been various changes the way this has been done over the years. The deal at the moment, at least since the 7th of July of last year, the deal is this: if you're a resident in if you're a resident in Spain, you apply the law of you apply the exemptions of the region where you are a resident. Okay, that's where the beneficiary is a resident. So you can even have two beneficiaries. One is resident in Murcia and one is a resident in Andalusia. They're both receiving a large estate from their dad. Well, it's perfectly possible to have one brother paying a lot of inheritance tax and the other brother not paying anything, because one is ruled by the inheritance tax rules in Murcia and the other one by the inheritance tax rules in Andalusia. So if you're a resident, it's where the beneficiary is resident. If you are a non-resident, then you apply the exemptions of the region that has the maximum connection to the estate, which basically is the region where most of the assets are situated. Okay, so you need to understand that in Spain it's the beneficiary that counts. That determines all these things, and that therefore it's perfectly possible to have different beneficiaries on the same estate paying different levels of inheritance tax, even though they have the same family relationship with the deceased. This hasn't always been this way. In the old days, non-residents couldn't claim any of the exemptions offered by the region, so they had a really bad deal for inheritance tax. Then in 2014, they extended the exemption of the region where the assets are situated to beneficiaries resident in EU countries. And then on the 7th of July of last year, they extended that to residents of third countries who could also claim the exemptions available in the region where the assets were situated. Otherwise, it's a complicated topic and with lots of variables. I recommend if you have questions about this because you want to make a Spanish will, or because you've been called to inherit, or you have a second opinion on, a probate procedure that's being handled at the moment, the best thing is book a consultation with me, and I'll be happy to go through things with you. Nowadays, we can do the consultation over Zoom if you're not down here in Andalusia, and we can go through things. I say we handle wills and inheritance anywhere in Spain. That's it. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching.